welcome back to the UIS. Today's video is going to be a unboxing video of my brand new purchase. Posted a little something on my community page about the big mistake that I just happened to go out and make. But is it really a mistake investing in a gun such as this? This is not my first Ruger. My first Ruger was 20 so years ago. It was a Ruger Redhawk, all stainless steel, about 10-inch barrel, I believe, 6-round 44 Magnum revolver. The flame coming out of the end of it was about as long as the barrel. But that's not what we have here today. We have here today is the Mark IV. So without any ado, let's just go ahead and get into this. Oh, yeah. We also have an accessory to add to this right out of the box. So, we got our instruction manual. Tells how to take it down. It's rare these days. Almost all guns come with a QR code for the manual. This nice paper manual. Love it. Love it. NRA membership. Do you own a Ruger Blackhawk single 6 Bearcat revolver like this? If so, Ruger wants to give you an install free a unique improvement. So anyone interested in that, contact Ruger. Nice sticker. Thank you for purchasing your Ruger firearm. Save 20% at Shop Ruger. All right, just stuff. Everybody's got to have a lock. In case you're selling a gun in California, I guess. The second magazine. Seems like these lock for some reason. You can't just pull it down. You got to like press here, then it goes down. Not sure why that is just yet. My first Mark IV. Now this is a washer to remove the right ejection port side safety lever. First, remove the right grip panel using hex wrench. Next, remove the right side lever using a 1/16 hex wrench. Finally, install the supplied spacer in place of the safety lever and reinstall the grip panel using the original screws. So, got the washer and got a little wrench there. Now this, I'm not sure what this does. I know that whenever the slide is open, you can put this in. Maybe it's for cleaning. I know I have a few of these for my AR-15, so I'm sure it's similar. So here we are. And so, nice case though, I must say. I mean, it's pretty roomy. I mean, that's an oversized case, to be certain. Okay. I've never fired one of these. I've never had one of these. Never held one of these. Just always heard great things about them. And like any gun video, you know, I want to run my mouth and talk about some things that I know about Ruger and stuff that I've learned about Ruger. All right, so we got here Ruger Mark IV. This is the all steel version. They make one called the 22/45, which just means that it's a 22 that the grip is shaped like a 1911 45 caliber. And this is not that. This is just the target model, and which is all steel. The newer ones have polymer grips and aluminum slides, things like that. Where this is just all steel. Now they had one that I almost got and it had these wraparound wood grips. And it would have taken a while to get it, and it was a little bit pricey. It depends. I might end up getting it, but I'll just buy the grips separately. All right, that's nice. So it says target on one side. You got your sights. You've got some screws right here, 1, 2, 3, which we will talk about. So Ruger started in 1949, and this was what started them. It was then just called the standard model, and it was the first firearm ever produced by Ruger, which was then known as Strum Ruger and Company. And so it was inspired by some Japanese Nambu pistol, the silhouette of it, which this always reminded me of the old German Luger as well. And so the creation of this gun helped fund the company. It retailed for like $40 at launch. So without this 22, Ruger might not even exist today. So the original Ruger, what was eventually called the Mark I, was then known as just the standard. And it ran from 1950 to 1982. That's a long time to have one model of gun. So in 82, when the Mark II came out, one thing they added was at the last shot, the bolt stayed open. So, and of course, you got to improve the reliability. I guess after so many years, they worked out the kinks. Some would say that the Mark II was the most reliable. So in 2005, the Mark III came out, and it added the loaded chamber indicator, which I do not know what it is on this one. Probably maybe right there. Once I have it loaded, I'll be able to see. Like on my Berettas, I know exactly where it is, and even on my Walther, it's evident. But here, I'm not sure. It must be right there. But we'll have to look and we'll have to check that out. It also added a magazine disconnect safety and an internal lock, which a lot of people did not like. And so finally, we get around to this gun. This gun came out in 2016, and it solved one of the biggest complaints in Ruger history. Originally, you had to wrestle with some mainspring housing and hammer strut alignment to get this thing to take apart. And so now, to take this apart, all you do is press a button. So before we get into really messing around with this, we do want to show some gun safety by showing that there is absolutely nothing in this firearm. Take the magazine out. Drop the slide. Now, this is a single action gun that has no decocker. So if I want to decock this, I have to pull the trigger. And some don't like to dry fire. I am one of those. But Ruger claims that that's the way you do it, and that it is safe to dry fire this. You don't want to sit there and do it all day long, but while cleaning and maintenance, things like that, it's okay. So that was it. The gun's apart. I have not inspected this. I don't know if any of this stuff comes off. Now this right here has to be the loaded chamber indicator. I think, yeah, it has to be. Usually there's like a red dot or something you can see, but I don't know. So there's not a lot to this gun. I'm not going to take the grips off and really go taking this thing apart. Just going to field strip it. We are going to, we'll we'll give it a once over with cleaning materials, but I'll do that later. I mean, I don't think anybody really wants to see that. I mean, I'm just gonna run some bore cleaner through this and run a rag through it and wipe it down. It's never been fired, so it's not dirty, no carbon scoring. It's just got manufacturer's grease on it. And so I don't want to waste anyone's time watching me clean a brand new gun. That's it. Like I said, the only way to decock it is to dry fire it. And so it looks like this Ruger, like my Walther, does not fire without a magazine. There you go. Now, looks like you can't put the safety on unless it's cocked. You can put it on now. Yeah, you cannot put the safety on unless it's cocked. Okay, so about an accessory. As you can see, there's not a whole lot you can do with this as far as optics and accessories. You have the adjustable sights, you have the fixed front sight, no rail. That's where this comes in. The official Ruger firearm accessory, surprisingly, a lot cheaper than any other brand. They make all kinds of aftermarket accessories for this, including rails. But the Ruger was only about $15 for this. Now, if you bought it directly from their website, it would have cost probably about $16 or $17. Still not bad. All right, comes with the rail, 3 screws to replace those 3 guys right there. Staple. Okay, and so this, see if we can figure this out. I'm assuming you got the 2 holes there. There's a little notch right there that's going to fit right here. Nope, it's not. It's not right. So that's it right there. I guess you could put it this way, but I think you would have, you would have to remove this sight if you were to put it this way. You can see that hole lines up, these 2 holes line up, but this is in the way. And so they have it on both sides. So you flip it over, take advantage of the other side. So it does go over a little bit. It goes past what you would want it to, I guess. So if you're OCD, like I can be, and you want it to be right up to the edge, you have to remove that sight. But I'm not going to. I'm going to put it right here. So it's going to be over a little bit. All right, so let's take a chance and see if this fits. And it does. Now, it did not come with a wrench for these. So hopefully maybe this will fit too. We will see. Now, from what I read online, this already has Loctite applied to it, so you don't have to worry too much about that. Okay. There's number 2. And finally, take number 3 out. Okay. Now, let's see. This does not fit. Yep, perfect. Okay. And I see there's some sort of blue stuff on this, which must be the Loctite. Not sure if that shows up or not. Yeah, it should be able to see that. A little bit of blue material on one side of it. This might be easier if we just broke it down. At least I thought maybe it would be easier. Okay. Okay, that's in there. It's not tight. Now, I don't have anything to install on this yet. I've thought about, I have a couple of like laser attachments that I could put on here. I have my Vortex red dot system for my AR-15 that you can sort of see behind me. Kind of. I could put that on here, but I already have that sighted in for the AR-15, so I probably don't want to undo all that. So this is just for the future. All right. And back to talking about Ruger and his history and why this model is so popular. The fixed barrel, which the barrel is, it's all attached to the receiver. And it's excellent, right out of the box, accurate, minimal recoil. But it's 22, so how much recoil is there going to be? This gun is used heavily in like competitive bullseye shooting. So I'm happy. I'm excited to go out and try this. This design has barely changed at all in 70 years, and that's extremely rare in firearms manufacturing. It's one of the most successful rimfire handguns ever made. The Ruger was reportedly used in astronauts' survival kit. How true that is. So again, you press that one button to take it down. And you got to remember, the previous generations, you had to sometimes have like a rubber mallet to get this thing to successfully apart. There were tons of YouTube videos, and there probably still are, on how to take down, how to reassemble your Mark III. And from what I have read, it runs well with the dirtiest of ammo, which, come on, all 22 ammo is filthy. Most times it comes in a bucket for the 1,000 rounds or whatever. How clean could it be? All right, and that's just about do it. Let me know what you think. If you have a Mark IV, let me know what kind you have, or if you've got a Mark III, let me know. I want to hear from you. I hope you guys enjoyed this look at my new gun. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Make sure you ring that bell to receive all notifications of whenever I release a new video or when I go live. I do try to go live every Friday night, 9 p.m. I hope you'll join me. And if you'd like to see some other gun unboxings, take a look at the video that's on the screen right now. And until next time, goodbye.
I smell profit!